At this point, we are just a little over a year away from the official release of James Gunn's Superman, which is all set to start off a fresh new live-action DC cinematic universe. And I am happy to reveal that the filming for this movie is officially underway. Director James Gunn is currently in Norway, where he is reportedly filming some scenes involving Superman's Fortress of Solitude. He has been kind enough to share some of these BTS images on his Instagram. Now, I know very well that you guys are really curious to know more about this movie and the kind of foundation it is going to lay out for the DCU going forward. And that is exactly what I am going to reveal in this video, which I think is pretty evident from the title and thumbnail. Before starting, I am just going to make a quick and humble request to all my viewers to spend 1 second of your time to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, because that is the only motivation for me to work harder and to bring you more and more such awesome contents. With that, let us dive right into the main subject. So, as I mentioned, the filming of Superman, previously known as Superman Legacy, is now officially underway. From a couple of my close sources, I have learnt that the shooting for this movie is taking place simultaneously in 2 different locations. One of them is evident from James Gunn's Instagram page as this beautiful snow-covered place called Svalbard in Norway. The fact that James Gunn decided to actually go to such an extreme location in this day and age, where most filmmakers would prefer using a green screen or CGI, shows the level of passion and respect he has for the character of Superman. And from my sources, I have also learnt that another part of the filming is taking place in the city of Atlanta in the United States. A few days ago, My Time to Shine Hello, who is considered to be a very reliable insider, posted this image of Superman, saying that this is actually how our new Superman is going to look like in the actual movie. Most fans would be aware that James Gunn likes to waste no time to call out any kind of fake rumors and reports. So, if this was one of those pointless reports with absolutely no credibility, I think Mr. Gunn would have definitely let us know right away. However, the fact that James Gunn decided not to comment anything on this report, especially when it comes from such a huge and well-known scooper, gives us an indication that there could be definitely some degree of credibility. And I can say this because one of my sources in Atlanta, which as I said is the second filming location for the movie, managed to collect a few pictures of David Corenswet in his Superman costume. However, at this point I have both a good as well as a bad news to share with you. First, let us get the bad news out of the way. At this point, I cannot show you the leaked images because Warner Bros. Have a strict policy regarding copyright strikes. However, I also have a good news, because I came across a number of digitally created images on the internet which give us an exact representation of David Corenswet's Superman from the leaked set images. Over the next few minutes, I am going to analyze and do a detailed breakdown of these images. So sit back, relax and enjoy. So, the first question that fans had regarding the new Superman costume is whether or not he is going to have trunks attached to the lower half of his costume. Well, let me break it to you that, yes, David Corenswet's Superman costume will in fact be having the classic bright red trunks. To give you a better idea, let me show you this digitally generated artwork of our DCU Superman, and this is in fact very similar to his appearance from the set images. Just like this artwork, Superman has the classic curl on his hair. The material of the costume look like it is exactly the same as that of Henry Cavill's Superman costume, except the fact that the colors on David Corenswet's version look much more brighter and colorful. As you can see on your screen, the costume of our new Superman looks very much inspired from the source material, unlike the Snyderverse version which almost felt like a Elseworlds take on the character. The Superman S symbol is basically present at 2 different places on the costume. The first is obviously on the chest while the other is on the back of his cape, very similar to Christopher Reeve's version. However, one very odd aspect regarding the leaked images which caught my attention was that the length of his cape was much shorter than what you would expect. The cape extended from his shoulders to just about a little below his waist, which looked pretty odd and kind of downgraded the overall look of the costume. That was all I had to share about his costume. Now, we move to some other very interesting details regarding the possible storyline of the movie. At this point, it is no secret anymore that this movie is heavily stacked with a ton of iconic characters from DC Comics. That basically means that the movie is in fact not going to be a Superman origin movie by any means. The movie is actually going to be used as a launching pad for the new DC live-action cinematic universe. The main motive of this movie, whether you like it or not, is not to give us a beautiful standalone superhero movie. I am not saying that James Gunn's Superman movie is going to be trash or anything of that sort. I am just trying to inform you that the purpose of this movie is to lay out a strong foundation for the DCU to expand into a major cinematic universe going forward. And that is actually the perfect thing to do because the lack of interconnectivity was the main reason behind the failure of the now dysfunctional DCEU. I mean, if you analyze the DCEU or the Snyderverse, whatever you like to call it, I personally feel most of the movies were actually quite decent. I mean, if you leave out the 2017 version of the Justice League movie, I think every other movie in the franchise could be considered decent at the very least. However, most of the movies in the franchise were largely standalone movies with literally no interconnectivity. So, I think James Gunn is doing exactly the right thing by wasting literally no time to build up his cinematic universe. Coming to some other details, the new universe is apparently going to be way more colorful and fun compared to the DCEU, just like the case with every other James Gunn movie. And I believe that is exactly how it should be because DC Comics includes all kinds of characters ranging from dark and depressing ones to outright goofy and campy ones. So, James Gunn basically wants to build up a more inclusive cinematic universe which can incorporate all these different kinds of characters. That is all I had to share in this video regarding the new Superman movie and the DCU going forward. Personally, after reading about all these details, I am very excited for the movie and the future prospect of James Gunn's new universe going forward. Let me know your own thoughts about these details in the comments down below. And please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.